Well, hello. Did you survive daylight savings? Everybody was making the awful but true observation that yesterday was International Women's Day. What a joke. What a joke, what a joke, what a sick, sad joke. Women make the world go round. Women do everything. And we get a day or a Women's History Month. Fuck off. Fuck off with your tokenism. Anyway, uh, I just want to say it's time for women to stop tiptoeing around fragile male egos in general, just across the board. And I see a lot of women getting pissed off and vocal, and I love it. Going out in the woods and screaming, love it. Scream in your car, go to a rage room, and take a baseball bat and imagine some of the trinkets and tchotchkes are pedophile skulls. Just have ways to get that rage and pain out of you because it is old, it is deep, and it is not just yours. It is collective. I had a wonderful young man come in for a session yesterday, and he wants to help. He wanted help understanding his Aries wife during her menstrual cycles, and I was like, "Oh, honey," and he's a Sag himself, so they get a lot of fire, they get a lot of heat. Now, whether you believe in zodiac or not, it's just think of it as the element that you carry around with you. If it's fire, water, air, or what's the other one? Fire, water, air, and oh my god, I'm blanking. I just woke up. You know what I'm saying? Earth, thank you, Earth. So, you can look at your family dynamics family of origin dynamics through a different lens if you even just know everybody's sun sign, right? I'm not even getting into the whole chart. There are people who know it far more in detail than I ever did or even really care to. But if you know that you're fire and someone else is water and they're super emotional and you're more action oriented, you might not get along with that person, because your sensitivities are different. And so, like a water sign, for example, when encountering an air sign, they don't know it, but they're trying to put out your fire because it's who they are. It's just their element, right? And an air sign can feed fire in a really positive or negative way. It just depends on how balanced the air sign is within themselves. And an earth sign, well, that's going to be scorched earth. They should just roll over, accept the crispy, crunchy, blackened, charred soul treatment, and thank the fire sign for burning down their bullshit, so they can be, we'll call it a controlled burn, so they can regrow and evolve if they choose to. A lot of them won't choose to because earth signs are super fucking stubborn. You got Taurus the bull. You've got Virgo, the anal retentive planner, but also really reliable. And then you've got, what's the other sign? Capricorn. Just care about money and lust and their egos, right? So those are the shadow sides. There's probably good sides too. Right now I'm not a fan of like Libras or Capricorns, for example. And I mean, if you're a religious person, you're going to think this is all bullshit. If you're a science person, you're going to think this is all bullshit. But the Luciferians, the ones who have, billions and billions of dollars and all the visibility and the airwaves and the entertainment industry and the music industry and the athletic, they use the astrology. Kings and rulers have always used astrology. So it's not a pseudoscience. There is something to it. Or at least they believe there is. So, you might as well learn, kind of the playbook, right? But anyway, so, I always teach people to just look at the family of origin and the core elements that were there. And you can see the fiery ones are feisty and passionate, and they also contend towards depression and burnout when they're around people who are trying to put out their fire or calm them down or harness or exploit it, for passion purposes. Passion projects, we often, fire signs get misunderstood because we don't put up with shit. And you're trained, most of the rest of you are trained to put up with shit, to eat shit, and to shut up, right? And swallow the bullshit. And walk on the eggshells. A fire sign literally was born to not do any of that, right? Not exalting us. We also can be total pain in the ass and difficult and nasty and all the things they want to call women who actually have a voice and opinion and who don't back down, right? So we can be the warriors, you know. So anyway, I was helping this poor Sagittarius kid understand his beautiful, feisty, multi-dimensional Aries woman wife. And he really wanted to, like when she is on the rampage and calling him a piece of shit if they're in a fight or something, he's like, I'm just a person here. I'm just trying to be a person. And it was so cute. And it was so sweet. And I just felt for him. And I don't want to go into the not all men thing or the innocent till proven guilty thing, because those are out the window now. We're in the smoke, where there's smoke, there's fire thing. And we're in the believe women and children and victims thing. Please, you know, and 4% of accusations are false accusations. 4%. Can we focus on the 96 that aren't? Can we do that? Can we shift away from victim blaming and shaming? Can we start listening to people's stories and hearing them and seeing the patterns? Because that would be amazing, instead of like, well, you know, I like my guy because he's going to help me keep my money. I mean, that's the bottom line. If you're still worshiping at the altar of the bail room bully, then you're brainwashed and brain dead. No, I'm going there because, again, feisty, fiery, don't pull any punches. You know, diplomacy is in my wheelhouse, but I am tired of trying to be diplomatic, and yes, I have actually tried. I have actually fucking tried. And that doesn't mean I don't have compassion for the shit show that we are all in and how people have been deceived in different ways. But I am also losing patience. And when you have a fire sign woman, postmenopausal, who's now past all her emotional, hormonal roller coaster stuff and sees crystal fucking clearly what has been done and what has gone on. Now, I don't mean I know all the details of what they do in rituals. Thank God I don't. I know too much as it is about that, you know? So I'm never trying to fearmonger or be bitter or ranty or ravey or, you know, I'm just a woman trying to be a woman, trying to be human, trying to have a voice, you know, in a vast system that really doesn't want me to and goes out of its way to try to shut me the fuck up. And it hasn't worked. It isn't going to work. And it's a waste of time and energy. And it's abusive. And I will not put up with that anymore from anyone. I don't care who you are, what your zodiac sign is, or how long I've known you. I will not be treated as though I'm crazy or I'm an idiot or that I should shut up. I'm not doing it. So there. Does that make me a rebel? Does that mean disobedient or, you know, difficult or nasty? Good. Deal with it. Deal with it. Because you know what reactive abuse really is? It's a dumb phrase, first of all. Because if somebody has been stepping on your head and trying to choke out your voice for a decade or more, boy, their karma consequences are going to be rough. And they know it. And they are operating from fear themselves, or they wouldn't be slithering and hiding in the shadows and throwing rocks at people and then ducking and dodging their own consequences and their own karmic boomerangs. It's not going to go well for them. It is not going to go well for them. So what are the solutions? Again, I always say we're still in the, you know, tail end of the problem. And reaching for solutions too soon is like trying to build a house on sand. Yes, we want to be solution-oriented. You were taught that through life coach programming. You were taught never complain, never explain. You know, that's of an Illuminati way of being because, you know, they know they'll get punished if they make a peep about being unhappy or disgruntled in their corporation. You know, their CEO for Lucifer is the one with the red baseball hat brigade, right? The bullshit and the lies, the FTM posturing. So time will tell. It always does. It always does. Were we perfect in how we dealt with these perpetrators? No, we were scared. All of us were scared. They were trying to be intimidating bullies and throw their weight around. And it comes, you know, we're seeing a leaf in the wind now. That's what their world is. It's a leaf in the wind, and it's blowing here, there, and everywhere, and they're not going to land. They're not going to ground. They're just going to fly away and crumple up into dust, as they should. As they fucking should. So, revel in the revelations and reach for miracles, the good kind, not these, synchronistic phenomena that they're trying to engineer and curate, but the real kind, the ones from Creator. Looking in a child's eyes, petting your cat if you like cats, dogs if you like dogs, being present in your community. All these things are antidotes to the poison they put out every single day. So people say, well, I don't care about that stuff. I don't care. I don't pay attention to that. You might as well start, because it affects you and the people you love too. All right, there you go. Have a great morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is, whenever you hear this and wherever you are. I am sending love and truth, because those are our greatest weapons in the face of deception and hate. All right.